A Girl Who Waited, Chapter 9, The Strength Behind the Smile. Days flowed into weeks, and Niyati immersed herself fully in the work and studies. Life sounded like life had moved ahead on its own pace, yet for her, every day felt like both a test and an opportunity. According to her, business was expanding drastically, steadily, her responsibilities growing alongside. Each phone call about meeting sessions, each decision added another layer to her identity, no longer just a student but also an entrepreneur, stepping her own future, shaping her own future. Every deal had she closed, every plan she executed reminded her that she was capable, resilient, and determined. On the outside, she appeared confident, composed, and unshaken, a woman who could handle everything into whatever comes her way, who seemed untouched by doubts or distractions. But people admired her for her discipline and her calm smile. Friends often said she was lucky to balance both the things so much with such grace, and her family believed she was a pillar of strength. But deep inside, a quiet storm brewed. Part's news and engagement lingered like a shadow. She could not shake off, no matter how much she tried. It was not that she wished him ill or bad things. In fact, she slowly and silently wished him happiness. But to her, the ache of knowing he belonged to someone else pierced her deeply. She tried to tell herself that it didn't affect her much, that she had moved on, that she was busy enough to too busy to dwell in emotions. Yet love has a way of sneaking it quietly, even though she even though cracks of her heart determined to stay strong. Sometimes when she allowed herself to breathe between work and study, she felt a pang of longing, a flash of what could have been and what it is, and it hurts, yet she never let it show. To make matters more challenging, her MBA final exams were approaching. For any student, these were stressful, but for Niyati, the pressure doubled. The weight of her responsibilities, business on the shoulders, and her degree on the other. Niyati spent a late night trying to study, surrounded by books, notes, and her laptop. The desk often uh, the desk often turned into a battlefield of pen, papers, and sticky notes, but her mind seemed clouded no matter how much she tried. Concentration slipped away. Hours of studying yielded little, and she felt the familiar frustration creeping in. Her usual sharp focus faltered, and she began making small mistakes in business decisions, oversight she could not explain to anyone. She questioned herself, wondering what was wrong, but deep down she knew the truth, the weight of emotions, responsibilities, and fatigue. But and family caught up with her had finally caught up with her. Yet Niyati refused to stumble. She reminded herself that life would not pause for anyone's struggle. If she stopped, everything she had built would fall apart. She reorganized her schedule, book a ta- broke tasks into smaller steps, and forced herself to focus, juggling business calls in the morning, college classes in the afternoon, and late night study sessions. Despite the fatigue, it was exhausting, but she refused to let failure or emotion comfort her. control her. She smiled at challenges and and finally she smiled at colleagues and family, hiding the internal chaos behind her calm demeanor calm demeanor, even when her heart ached quietly. Even at home, she maintained her cheerful composure. She checked on her parents, chair, claws, parents, ensured the house is running smoothly, and carried the family's hopes on her shoulders without complaint. But in the solitude of her room, sometimes sitting by the window under the dim light of the moon, she let herself feel the purge of love, the pressure of exams, the weight of business mistakes, all mingling into a quiet ache. She realized that love, stress, and pain could coexist, but resilience meant keeping the outward world steady while allowing herself private memories of vulnerability. She reminded herself that life must go on, that responsibilities had to be met, uh, and that her strength in lay not in never feeling, but in continuing despite the feelings. Niyati had become a master of balance, a strong pillar for her family, a diligent student, a determined businesswoman, and a woman capable of building her heart together even when it ached. The MBA exams and business challenges tested her, but they also mentioned and reminded her of her courage. Somewhere in the quiet corners of her soul, she allowed herself to remember, to feel, and to hope quietly, privately, and carefully. Her journey had taught her a profound lesson. It was okay to feel pain. It was okay to love, but life must go on, and she, Niyati, would take it all, would face it all, heartbreak, responsibility, pressure, and hope, with a brave face, a busy mind, and a heart that continued to glow stronger with each passing day. If you like this story, please do like, share, and subscribe my channel. If you want your story to be heard in our voice, please do share your story in the comment box. Thank you.